Welcome back to the Shipyard. Today we are talking about the Portas from the Dominion faction. It is a 3-2-4-4 ship, and its special ability is, although you must be target locked on a ship to fire a torpedo at it, you do not need to discard your target lock when doing so. This has the added advantage of being able to re-roll your dice when you fire a torpedo. If this was the natural ability of all torpedoes, we would love torpedoes. Portas. Is it playable? Yeah, I think so. The fundamental flaw on this ship is that it is lacking a battle stations action. That is what Gul Dukat is for. Keep that in mind when you are flying the Portas. We do get two captains. First one is Thought Gore. He's skill 6. His ability is that all of your weapon upgrades cost -1. His main use, discounting torpedoes, and the all-important energy dissipator, which we'll get to in a moment. I like him. I think he is great in larger games. Also, if you really want to have a bunch of versatile weapons on a fleet, he can come in handy. So something to consider. Our other captain is Sar. He's a 2-point, 1 cost captain. When defending, your ship rolls 1 extra defense die. I think Sar is a great captain. I think that for just 1 point, being able to get an extra defense die and that little bump in skill to be just ahead of all the generic captains is something you're not going to plan around, but is something that is worth having as an extra ability, especially because most Dominion ships only have 1 defense die, so getting up to 2 can make the difference between nothing and 1 evade, or maybe potentially 2 evades might keep you alive just 1 extra turn, and that can help you out a lot. There are only 3 upgrades in this pack. The first is Brain Aid as a crew. If your ship has a scan token beside it when you attack, you can convert 1 blank into a hit. So this has a double purpose because scanning lowers defense dice, so not only are you reducing their ability to evade, but you're also increasing your hits. He's not as useful as Bohica, but the advantage is that Brain Aid is non-unique, so you can have Brain Aids throughout your fleet. We also have 2 weapons in this pack. The first is Photon Torpedoes, 5 dice, range 1 to 3. Makes you spend your target lock. There's no conversions here. They do work forward, rear arc. I wish they had a battle stations conversion. Again, I think if you run Gul Dukat on the Portas, Photon Torpedoes are playable. I still think the Portas is a bit fragile, but if you want something that's 40 points or so, it can work out for you. But I saved the best card for last here. Energy Dissipator. 3 attack dice, range 1. And you're going, wait a minute. 3 attack dice, range 1? You're crazy. This never works. Stay with me here. It's an attack. Disable this card to perform the attack. If it hits, the target ship takes no damage, but it receives an energy dampening token. And you can immediately attack the same ship again with another weapon. Okay, what does an energy dampening token do? Well, that's a great question. As soon as a ship receives an energy dampening token, it disables all of its remaining shields. It removes a cloak token if it has any. While the ship has a dampening token, it cannot attack or raise its shields in any way. During the planning phase, it doesn't get to pick a maneuver. It does a 1 straight, and it's white. So, if you have an auxiliary power token on the ship, it doesn't clear it. If it is bumping your ship, meaning you're facing each other directly, it's not going to clear. How do you make energy dampening work? Well, here's my favorite way. Cross-faction it. Put it on the Reliant. That gives you an extra die at range 1, so now you're rolling 4 dice. Put Aaliyah on as a crew. She lets you take actions even if you collide, so now you can do a 1 straight, bump into them, but you still get an action to re-enable. And then put Picard and Bohica on it, so that you can always have a battle station token and convert a blink to a hit. So now you're guaranteed to hit them, they'll have no shields, and the rest of your fleet can fire on whatever ship you want and probably kill them because half of their defenses are gone. So yeah, you're going to pay a lot to do that combo, but if you can make that work, you will win games with it. And I know I say that probably more than I should, but this is one I'm not joking around with. A properly positioned energy dampening weapon will win you games because most people don't know how to fly around it. Overall, this is a pack that is situational. You don't need everything in it to be tournament competitive or even casual competitive, casual playable. It's a fun pack. I love the energy dampening weapon. I love being able to mess around with it, see if I can get it work, see if I can get into that range 1. It's fun. It's a fun ship. It's a fairly maneuverable ship. At the end of the day, only having a front 90-degree arc and no rear arc on the Gore Portas really hurts it because it is not equipped to do the thing that it wants to do, which is fire torpedoes. And that makes me sad. So the Gore Portas could have been better. The Breen could have been better. I remember from Deep Space Nine that the Breen were such a scary, scary enemy, and they did not have to be within range 1 to use their energy dampening weapon. But from a gameplay perspective, I get it. Overall, get this pack if you're trying to have a fun fleet. Definitely a great piece if you're looking for just a Dominion fleet. Also a fun fleet. That's my thoughts on the Gore Portas. I hope that you learned how to better utilize something in this pack. Until next time, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.